Okay, this is different. Okay, upon going back home by myself, I'm now getting this option. Must be a quicker way to get back. Are there any shortcuts? I rack my brain trying to think, which is surprisingly harder than one might expect. Thinking is difficult when you're on a bike and you're sweating. Muscles all feel like they've been stretched as taut as strings on a violin. Maybe I could lead the main road and go past the large sunflower field. That might be slightly quicker. Don't really remember. Road is worse there, though, all muddy with no real path to follow, which would be easy on my poor aching legs. I had to get back as quickly as possible before I keel over and die from exhaustion. Okay, keep going down the same road or take the sunflower field. Okay, so these were the options I was waiting for to get those other endings, but okay, so okay, well, let's take a shortcut through the sunflower field, I guess. Don't like sunflowers very much. One thing, they're far too big, and for another, they're far too yellow. It always make me think of large disembodied eyes, staring off into the distance. The distance when they're clustered together in a large mass, as they are right now, makes them look more disconcerting. Make me feel as though I'm being stared at, evaluated, judged. And the flowers from Alice in Wonderland, they could talk. They'd all be mocking me. I mean, I already get that enough with Moo, so I don't feel so good. Stomach is starting to hurt, and there's a sharp stabbing pain in my abdomen. Since there's no real road here, the ground is even bumpier. I get knocked out against the seat of my bike, which makes me wince. Dick chatter inside my head like castanets. Hot sweat again on my forehead is starting to cool in the evening wind, making my skin feel oily and unpleasant. In the distance I can hear the cicadas chirping. But this road actually is quicker. Otherwise this will have been a massive waste of time. Keep on going, forcing my legs around and around in a circular motion over and over again. Maybe if I focus on my momentous movements, my body will become relaxed, or more relaxed. Let's try it. Focus on my legs. It uses my breathing just a little. Pain in my stomach starts to recede. I can do it. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. I lift my head. Then I stop, staring, movement on my legs faltering. My bike begins to wobble. It tends to throw me off. I have to jam on my right foot against the ground to keep upright. The girl standing just a few feet away from me. I didn't notice her because I was too busy cycling, so I'm caught off guard when she unexpectedly enters my field of vision. Clothes are light pink like strawberry ice cream. Dress is ruffled in a manner that reminds me of a birthday cake. Very elaborate, very rococo. Stockings are pure white, shoes lilac and demure. The hair is light blonde, tied in 2 pigtails. And on her sweet, doll-like face, there's a scowl. Oh, we've met before. Oh, great. I wasn't expecting to meet her again so soon. I mean, we only saw her the once in the forest a while back. What do you think you're doing, cretin? You could have knocked me over. It isn't just her clothes. Sounds like a princess too. A very bitchy one at that. I think I recognize her. Since she presumably lives in or around my village, that's probably inescapable. Wasn't she one of my classmates? Probably she went to the same school as me, though I didn't talk to her very much. Girl's name, was it maybe Onodera Rai? Huh. Girl, who by now I'm positive is called Rai, shoots me a disgusted look. Judging by that expression, you'd think she just stepped on something filthy. How do you know my name? I didn't tell you it. Are you a stalker? A thief? A murderer? Accusations she's leveling at me are pretty severe. I don't know if anybody ever accused me of being a murderer before. I think I'm the kind of hulking, imposing figure one would expect to pursue a career of crime. Should I be flattered by this misinterpretation? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm not a creepy person or anything, honest. That's what they all say. Why should I believe you? Guess she has a point. No criminal would willingly identify themselves as a criminal. Smart move, criminals. How do you know my name? There's nothing so strange, really. You used to live here. We went to the same school, remember? Ryan looks me up and down critically, her lips pursed. The haughty Eri turns and folds her arms. I'm sure I'd remember if such a person as uncouth as you attended my school. Come on, there was only about 30 people in the whole school. Can't be that hard to remember a single face, can it? It is for me. To enjoy cavorting with commoners. It's not a threat, fidgeting on my bike as I try to keep it upright. Is my face really that forgettable? Maybe it's because I'm short. It's easy for people to look over my head, never noticing I'm there. We had Miss Tachibana as a teacher, right? Oh, be that as it may, there's still the possibility that you could have bribed somebody for that information. That isn't proof of your innocence at all. So it comes down to this. Guess it's time for me to play my trump card, my single and only claim to fame. Once in class I saw a cockroach and I flinch. Really is a painful story. Ray, however, is unmoved by my plight. She surveys me coolly. Raising an eyebrow, she asks me a simple question. I think it might be the hardest question I've ever had to answer. Simplest ones always are. And what? And, I screamed very loudly and fell off my chair and hit my head so hard I passed out. Voice trails off, ending with a small squeak of pain. Watery, waiting for recognition. Lips remain pursed, an unimpressed look on her face. There's a slow, drawn-out silence, filled by the sound of cicadas. And then... Cockroach Kid? Ah, damn it, she does remember me. Is that you? Yeah, it's me. I'm the Cockroach Kid. I think I do remember now. Face is so plain, like a sheet of white paper. I must have forgotten. Please forgive me for my rudeness. Ray says rudely, with an insincere curtsy. It's alright. I'm bad at remembering faces too. I know the fault is not my own. It's your fault for having such a boring face. Man, you are one fucking bitch, right? Anyway, I'm busy right now. I don't have enough time to stand and talk to you. Ray sounds dismissive, too firm and final. Expression clearly reads, "Stop talking to me." Am I getting in her way? Oh, do I keep talking to her or stop talking? As much as I'm gonna regret this, I better keep talking to her if I want to get to the endings. Even so, I'm curious. Looks troubled, but don't know why. I feel bad if I left her without asking. Hey, alright? What is it? Thought I told you to leave. I'm busy. I'm aware of that, but couldn't help but notice you, look kind of stressed. What of it? That's none of your business, is it? Not really, I guess. It's just, I was wondering, is there anything I can do to help? Purses her lips. Well, as you're incompetent, I wouldn't want to expect too much from you. Not really your problem anyway, but my pet rabbit went missing this morning. It's not a white fluffy bunny, is it? 'Cause God, I fucking hope not, 'cause it's met some unfortunate ends a couple of times. Oh no. Rabbit? Yes. His name is Shiro. Shiro? Don't tell me. He's white. Rai blinks. She looks surprised. Ah, fuck. Oh no. Well, I don't think we've gone to that part in the route yet where, Noelle has killed it yet, but, oh god. It's gonna be unfortunate. She is not gonna like this at all, if so. How do you know that? You haven't really been stalking me, have you? No, just seemed kind of, obvious. Obvious how? How am I superb, thoughtful, and just a little bit cute naming and sensibilities? Obvious. Well, you know, Shiro, white. I don't understand. What's wrong with that? Shiro is white, after all. I guess as much. Putting that aside for now, looking for your rabbit? Yes, that's correct. I already said I'm looking for Shiro. And there's still no sign of him? Not a single one. I have no idea where he could have gone. Why would Shiro leave me? I took such good care of him every single day. Always cleaned his cage out and never let him go hungry. Why wasn't that enough? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for Shiro. I hope it won't be chilly tonight. Shiro might catch a cold. Can rabbits die if they catch colds? I mean, ones in the wild seem fine, so I wouldn't see why that would be a problem for a pet rabbit. I think it's got more things to worry about than a simple cold, though. I look down at my shoes shyly, scuffing them against the floor. Don't like letting people down, but I'm sorry. Never taken care of a rabbit before, so I don't know. I suppose it was useless to ask you. No help at all. Well, there's a lot of things I don't know, I guess. Like how to get rid of a cockroach without knocking yourself unconscious. I flush. Hey, that's kinda personal. Right, Skulls? How can it be personal when everybody in class saw it happen? Because it's really embarrassing? Rather not talk about it. You're the one who brought it up. Only so you know who I was. So you define yourself solely by that single excruciating moment of embarrassment. How pitiful. The girl really does have a cutting tongue. Maybe enraging and Rai any further compensation was a mistake. Alright, you truly do care for my plight. Now I shall offer you a reward. Oh, no, I don't need anything like that, Your reward shall be the chance to help me find Shiro. Right. Thanks! Such a generous reward by such a generous princess, right? I'll allow you to search for him too, out of the goodness of my heart. Raya says that this in a very grandiose manner. They're expecting me to fall to the floor and kiss her toes and things. Not with the toes again. What is it with you and fucking toes? And trying to kiss them? Of course I don't do that. Even I have some pride. But, in private though? Still, if it'll make her happy, I suppose I don't mind too much. If that's what she wants, then for now I can help her search. Need a break from all that cycling anyway. Two of us hung around in the undergrowth for a while, but our search proves fruitless. The dress is getting dirty. Raya sighs, patting down her dress with her hands. Pale pink material is now stained with dirt and bits of leaves. It's no good. Can't find Shiro anywhere. Do you have any idea where he might be? None at all. That's why I've been looking around all day. You've been searching for Shiro all day? Yeah, since 8 AM at least. Noticed he was missing from his cage at 7 AM when I went to give him his breakfast. My eyes widen. I expected that. Raya really has been trying her best, hasn't she? And on a hot day too, in a very roughly dressed. The amount of effort that it must have taken is nothing short of heroic. Did you remember to have something to eat? I don't really know. But you at least remembered to drink, didn't you? So what if I didn't? How I treat my own body has nothing to do with you. That rabbit really does mean a lot to you, doesn't he? Of course he does. He's a member of my very own family. Losing him would be akin to losing an arm or a leg. He's not just that rabbit. His name is Shiro. Family members aren't the same as limbs, though. It's what I think, but I hold it in. I doubt that would be very helpful right now. Look at her eye, concerned. Claims she is fine, but if she hasn't had anything to eat or drink, she's been searching around aimlessly for hours. You know, we have been looking for a while now. This statement doesn't not go down well with her eye. She digests it with an unpleasant expression, like a small child swallowing medicine. So what? What does it matter? We can't stop until we found him. What kind of monster would I be, betting my own friend like that? I think it's impressive you're searching so hard, but don't your feet hurt? Raya winces. The answer is plain, written across her face, but she still refuses to cave in. Instead, she glares. I'm not so weak that a simple bit of walking will stop me. If you want to quit now, you can. That's fine. Go ahead and leave. I have no faith in you to begin with, you dolt. Lowlife. Murderer. I'm not a murderer. You are. Murderer of hope. Don't understand how I feel at all. Yet you think you can lecture me on how to conduct myself? What a joke. Don't make me laugh. But she doesn't look like she's close to laughing. It's quite the opposite. Come on, Raya. Don't call me by my first name so casually. Is there any way to address a lady? I pause. Onodera? That sounds too formal. Well, a middle-aged woman. Well, then, if I can't call you Raya and I can't call you Dara, what should I call you then? It would be fine if you do not call me anything at all. But then, I'm telling you to go home. Go home and leave me alone. But your feelings aren't something you could possibly understand. Shiro is more than just a pet to me. He really is my best friend. I don't need somebody pestering me who's unable to understand that. Opinion is completely worthless, so I would appreciate it if you could... His voice stops quite suddenly, like a typewriter reaching the end of a page. Whole body is trembling. I reach forward quickly, catching her just before she falls to the ground. When my fingertips touch her shoulders, her eyes snap open. Hey! Pushing me aside takes a few steps back, wrapping her arms around the middle as though trying to protect herself. Protect herself from what? From me? You shouldn't touch a lady without her permission. No, I'm sorry if I crossed your boundaries. I was just worried about you. Worried? Why should you be worried about me? I think possibly you are quite tired. And though this is just my opinion, don't need to follow it, I really do think you should get some rest. You might make yourself sick. Why do you care? You're not a doctor. You're just an idiot. I don't know. I just get worried sometimes. I guess. That isn't so different from me then. Now how can I rest when Shiro is lost in the dark, all alone? Shiro is a rabbit. Rabbits are supposed to live in the wild, aren't they? Ostensibly, yes, but guess that means Ray pampers her rabbit too much. Well, don't worry about it. You're smart enough to get out of his cage. I'm sure he'll be smart enough to take care of himself for one night. Yes, that might be true. Ray nods her head. Looks as though she's trying to convince herself of that fact. Shiro's very, very smart rabbit, you know. He's a perfectly suited pet for a lady like me. You can find a piece of apple even if I put it inside a toilet roll or under a cup. Of course, any pet that belongs to I, on a Dara Rai, will naturally be more beautiful and intelligent than any of its peers. Beyond being as lovely as myself, inspires both people and animals to do their best in order to earn my favor. Oh, she actually has a laugh. Real, genuine, princess-like laugh. Next I want to hear her say the famous line, "What about the cake?" However, Ray's healthy attitude is spoiled somewhat by the knowledge that her parents actually run a very small general store in the village, dealing nothing more exciting than milk and potatoes. That's not exactly 18th century France, is it? Well, if your rabbit truly is smart, then there's no need to worry. He'll be fine if we leave him alone for a little while, right? I hope so. I don't know what I would do if he weren't. I'm sure Shiro loves you as much as you love him. He'd want you to get some rest. Maybe have something to eat. Shiro's a kind-hearted soul, it is true. That is quite possible, yes. I feel relieved. I feel like my words are finally getting through to her. Hey, Ao-chan. Stay wide-eyed. Can't help myself. My name? I actually use my name. Or a nickname, brother. I suppose that's good enough. Hardly anybody addresses me by my real name anyway. Not even my teachers. Sometimes even I always forget what my actual name is. So used to being addressed with this cutesy diminutive. What are you stuttering for, peasant? Act as I've done something strange. Well, it's just, didn't expect you to use my name. Ray's glare intensifies. It's not as though I wanted to use your name. Just saying you or Mora or Peasant sounds stilted, just like jarring conversations. I'm gonna call you Achon because you're Achon. That makes sense. Nothing strange about it, okay? You dare make any kind of comment, I'll murder you. You're saying I was the one murdering you? And we've also been murdered enough, thanks. I was just surprised. Want to call me that, I don't mind. I think it makes me happy. Ew. Gross. Of course you're the one that would get worried about boy cooties and whatnot. Didn't realize my happiness was something so unpleasant to Arai. I mean, everything is unpleasant to Arai, so maybe I should try to avoid smiling around her. Or just avoid her in general. Then what should I call you? Onodera and Arai are out, then Arai is fine. You know, it pains me hearing an uncouth commoner like you use it so carelessly. But as you offered to help me find Shiro tomorrow, don't you deserve at least that much? I mean, we didn't really offer, but this isn't a fairy tale, though. I'm not going to pay you in kisses. I don't think Achon has the sort of kissing you're after in mind. If I did, I'd have to scour my own tongue out with a brush. Besides, even if a beautiful woman like myself were to kiss you, you still wouldn't turn into a handsome prince. That kind of thing never happens in reality. Men shouldn't rely on the love of women to reform them. I have better things to do with my time, so don't get your hopes up. I wasn't going to. Sadly, I know she's telling the truth. I don't think even ordering shady growth enhancement drugs from dubious magazines could turn someone like me into a tall, dashing prince. Still, didn't Arai slip something strange in there, amongst her words? What did she say? Oh yeah, about searching for the rabbit tomorrow? Yeah, she offered to help find Shiro tomorrow. Did I really make that offer? No. Liz already made that offer for me. That she has. I open my mouth, ready to ask, but Rai doesn't let me. She preempts my question and cuts me down before I even utter a syllable. If you want, I want you to wait for me by the sunflower field at 9 AM sharp tomorrow morning. We're going into town together. I feel like I'm saying something, but I don't know what that something should be. Instead, I can only nod my head meekly. Well, alright. Whatever you say. Good. And make sure you bring some money. Going to need it. Oh, great. Got another girl forcing us to buy things for her. That parting comment, she turns on her heels and walks away. I stare at her, retreating back as it fades away into the distance. Oh, I just realized. When we saw her in the forest last. That's why she was there. She was searching for a rabbit. Ah. Now, puzzle pieces are starting to click together. And when she disappears altogether, I allow myself to sigh. Smell the air that was bottled up deep inside my lungs. Feels like I've gotten myself caught up in something complicated. It wouldn't be our first time. And then we're back here. And this is also different. When I get home, it's already dark. Dinner's waiting for me on the table, carefully prepared by my grandmother. Grandma really is pulling out all this stuff. Oh no, and now it's all the same. Okay, well, I guess we're skipping through all this. Oh, okay, something different here. It's also Rai who asked Nate, demanded that I meet her by the sunflower field this morning. Money at the ready. Since I already knew, Rai said I would help her search for her missing pets, or rather, Rai said for me that I was going to help. I don't know if I can back out now. If I don't turn up at our designated meeting spot, what will Rai do to me? Yeah. don't need another murderer on our tails. Your nails really are remarkably long. In this case, I didn't think I had much of a choice. All this puttering around and cleaning was just delaying the inevitable. Guess it's off to the sunflower field for me. I'm sorry, Moo. I'm sorry, Noel. It seems I'm an unusually high demand today. That I am. Here she is again. When I make it to the familiar sunflower field, walking this time, Rhea's already there waiting for me. Don't greet me with any familiar, tried and tested pleasantries, like hello or good day or it's nice to see you again. Then she shoots me a glare colder than the Arctic tundra, and swallowed across her chest, mouth drawn into a shape of an upside down V. And I guess I'm late. And where exactly have you been? Staying at my grandparents' home? That's not what I meant, and you know it. Sorry. You can apologize all you want, but it isn't good enough. Sorry won't bring back the time you wasted. Will it? Wasted? I set off at around 8:40 a.m., I think. Exactly. Now you're precisely... He takes out a stylish pocket watch. Instantly reminded of the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. I wonder where she got it from. Looks pretty expensive. The sunflower field on the outskirts of this, such as a village, Victorian-looking antiquity like this is decidedly out of place. Ray examines the surface of the watch for a while before snapping it shut with a decisively loud clink. You're precisely 4 minutes late. That is simply unforgivable. I'm sorry. I'll try to be more serious in the future. Ray surveys me critically, as though I'm a fetus in a jar or a dissected corpse. Not sure I like it. We should go. We'll lose even more time. With that, Ray turns on her heels and begins to march away. Walk so quickly, I have to jog just to keep up with her. Blonde hair flutters behind her as she walks, skirts billowing in the breeze. That cold, determined scowl etched on her face, she looks decidedly more hard-boiled, just like a detective in a TV drama. So cool. Can't help but be impressed by her attitude, even if it is disconcerting. Hurry up. Since I got so close staring at the impressive side of her retracting back, I ended up falling behind. But you are, boss. Oh, sorry, I got distracted since she looks so cool. We had to go with that one. Huh? My face is on the spot. He turns to look at me, staring eyes a little too wide. She isn't the only one. I too am stunned by my own audacity. My mouth hanging open slightly. I mean, if you're gonna give me the option, I might as well say it. Why did I say something like that? I can't take it back now. Why would you say something like that? Wow, Ray's actually agreeing with me. That might be a first. Don't blurt out unnecessary things without any cause and for no reason, you idiot. Yeah, I think even though she sounds annoyed, voice is shaky, just slightly. Something a little different from anger. I am sorry, Rai. And don't call me a Rai. Huh? I thought you said a Rai was fine yesterday. Yes, but that was yesterday, and not today. Even though that statement does make sense, I don't think she is being entirely reasonable. I feel like we've gone all the way back to square one. Did my thoughtless comment undo the minimal amount of trust I managed to build between us last evening? Sailing heavily, Ray folds her arms and turns up her nose. Of course, I shouldn't expect a peasant like you to understand the intricacies of a maiden's heart. As you are now, you don't deserve to refer to me by my given title. It's an honor you have not yet earned. Well then, how should I refer to you? I do not know. As my subordinate, it is your job to figure out these small details. Do I even need to tell you that? Ponder for a while, wondering what I should do to appease her. Ponder, maybe sacrifice a goat at an altar for her sake. Actually, this might work. Lady, right? Ray's face turns even darker shade of red. Don't call me that. I thought you wanted to be addressed in a respectful manner. Of course I do, but that's just unnatural. It's weird. Huh. So, even Ray can get embarrassed about things like that. Need not be over the top. I just want you to recognize my elegance and dignity, all in a single name. Is that so very hard? It'd be a lot less difficult if she stopped looking at me with such contempt. Well... If she's asking for something dignified, the only term that springs to mind is... Milady. Oh my god. Oh, Milady. Okay, well, I guess we found something that she likes. Really taste the word on her tongue, savoring it like a meringue. Yes, that seems perfectly feasible. But now, this is how you should address me, as a butler would address his mistress, alright? So I'm a butler now? The idea of being a butler is a little embarrassing, but Ray's a difficult person. Going along with her wishes is probably the easiest thing to do right now. I shudder to think of what might happen if I reject her. If I'm meant to be a butler, maybe I should try to adjust my speaking pattern. Though I'm not confident at all in my acting abilities, I can give it a try. Certainly, milady. I will comply with your demand at once. Oh no! Oh no! You made her fall in love with me. Oh god, what have we done? What have we done? Ray suddenly lets out an unexpectedly high-pitched squeak. She claps her hands together, blood and the curls bouncing. Is it just my imagination, or is there a strange sparkly aura flickering around her head? I think there's more than just that at the moment. Did I do a good job? You did an excellent job. Ray coughs, using her hand to hide her face. Okay, back to attention, back to normal. An acceptable job for a peasant. And from now on, you're going to be my own personal butler. Don't forget it, okay? Yes? Ray glares at me. Yes, what? Yes, milady? Oh god, not again. Oh god, what does it come down to today? Jesus Christ. Alright, we're here. By the time we arrive at our destination, I'm out of breath. Since I had to walk into town with a Ray after all the circling yesterday, my legs feel sore and tired. To make matters worse, I don't think it'd be possible to call the police. Ray said, walking either. Her swift stride and swinging arms were far more reminiscent of a soldier marching off to war than a young lady taking a light stroll on the countryside. Ryan looks at me dispassionately, a single shred of sympathy in her eyes. I squirm under her gaze like a hooked fish. Stand up straight. You're embarrassing me. Take a deep breath and wipe my forehead with my arm. I'm sweating like a... Sweating, though not as badly as yesterday. Isn't much consolation, though. How disgusting. Though I'm a well-bred lady, even I can walk a few miles without regressing into such a pathetic state. That's true. Somehow, despite the fact that I was walking even more quickly than I was, Rai looks prim and pristine, not a single hair out of place. She isn't even out of breath. During PE at school, I never joined in. She refused to participate most of the time, saying it would mess up her hair or get her nails dirty. I used to think that was because she was no good at sports, but I'm sorry. Right, Glares. Really sorry that you would stop making such a spectacle of yourself. Yes, I'll try. Anyway, I hope you have some money on you. Do you? Yeah, I brought some, but straight up, taking a closer look at my surroundings. We're in a convenience store. This much is indisputable. The shelves of the food to the refrigerated drinks and the racks of magazines. I thought a place like this would be too lowly for a prideful person like Arai, but I suppose not. She really is full of surprises. You don't want me to buy you a snack, do you? Of course not. I can afford to buy my own snacks, thank you very much. I wasn't suggesting otherwise, I was simply offering. It's fine, I don't need your pity. That would not help Shiro. Then you don't think Shiro is hiding in this convenience store, do you? Don't be a fool. I'm not a small-minded country bumpkin like you. Perhaps you believe in conspiracy theories, such as a convenience store food being made out from wild animal meat. I refuse to buy into such notions. Amu would agree to disagree. I mean, she wouldn't agree to disagree, but she would very much disagree on that whole subject. I eat the various items of food on the shelves dubiously. No one even knew there were rumors like that. Rai rolls her eyes. And that is the difference between you and I. One of us actually has a modicum of intelligence. Anyway, in your case, you can work it out on your own. We came here to use that. That? I was following Rai's finger, pointing at the corner of the convenience store, next to the cashier's counter. It's a photocopier? Are we gonna put up like lost pet posters or something? We're using this? Yes, for this. He reaches into her pocket and procures a sheet of folded paper. Straightening out, she thrusts it into my face. Ah, yeah, there it is. This is Shiro, blood pet rabbit. White, with red eyes and floppy ears. We found return to Onodera Arai. Alright, now we need to hand these out. We're gonna stand together on a street corner. I was leaning with photocopy prints of the homemade posters she made. I have to admire Rai's dedication. The sheer amount of energy she is expending on this project is commendable. It's a warm day, much like yesterday. The sunshine beats down gently, reflecting off the windows of the various small stores scattered around us. I hear cars go past in a light trickle of traffic. Pleasant underground or background noise compared to that of the city. People scurry to and fro around me, alone, in couples, or in clusters. For some reason there is a lot of couples out today. Everywhere I look I see men and women of all ages, giggling over private jokes, sharing ice cream cones, clinging to one another, pointing out things in the shop windows. Since the weather is so nice, it must be a perfect day to go on a date. And yet, somehow, in my head, looking at Rai, staring down at her surroundings with an intense, serious expression, lips pursed. Looks like a lion, ready to go in for the kill. Guess today would be a relaxing one, spent eating ice cream, window shopping, and finding interesting shapes and clouds with a significant other, after all. Instead, I've been strung along by the self-proclaimed princess, acting as an impromptu butler on the hunt for her missing rabbit. Well, this might be a kind of exciting too. Never been on a date before, so it's not like I know what to do. I'd probably just make a fool out of myself. Hey, what do you think you're doing? This is no time to be spacing out, moron. I'm sorry. Just caught up in thinking. Your thoughts weren't about the welfare, sure, then they're worthless. But you were thinking about pointless things like dates and romance and ice cream, huh? Actually, it's really that easy to read, isn't it? I stare at her eye. Though don't go so far as to spell my disbelief out in words. I must be fairly proud on my face because her eye snorts. You had a stupid look in your eyes. Cowy look. Cowy? Yes, like cows in a field staring off into the distance, eating grass with their empty heads. Cowy look. All couples have it. That dumb, vacant stare. It pisses me off. Listen, don't think about any gross or unpleasant things around me, okay? If you do, I will never forgive you. Yeah. I won't, I promise. I didn't realize we were on that friendly terms. Good. And we need to give these out. Do it quickly. Bow my head in assent, not bothering to add my extraneous comments, or it might provoke a rise further if I do. Rory and I split up, both of us handing out posters. I find talking to strangers unnerving, find the prospect of a rise anger even more so. And more than that, I genuinely do want to cheer her up. Even though Shiro is only a rabbit, with a poorly chosen name, he kinda names him like somebody else we know. I know how much Arai cares for him. It'd be cruel of me to give up now. There's a very short along the street, asking the people behind the counters if they display posters in their windows. Also, hand a few more out to random people in the street. Buy some tape from the cross store to put them up on walls and streetlights. Eventually, I make my way back to the main street, right back where I began. One more destination weighing on my mind, however. This one isn't solely related to Shiro. Let me guess, yep, I was about to say a Moo's place. Hello, customer. Will you be dining alone today? Is there... Oh. Hello, stranger. He greets me with a small smile. Hey there, Moo. Fancy seeing you here. I can say the same about you. By the cheery tone, the mood sounds tired. Peto is even more disorderly than usual. Her face is slightly flushed. Being crowded inside a small building on such a hot day, forced to wait tables with a polite smile on standby must be quite challenging. You look tired. Are you alright? Silly Yak-chan, that's so rude. It's rude to worry about your health. No, not that. I'm actually quite flattered by your attentions. He says it with a wink which could cause anybody's heart to flutter. I think for a few brief seconds mine actually does. However, it is impolite to tell a lady she looks tired. It might make her feel bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Hope I didn't hurt your feelings. It's okay. At least when I smile at you, I actually mean it. Unlike when I have to look at the other customers. At these mutinous words, I hear an offended gasp emitting from a well-turned-out family sitting out at a nearby table. I think they hurt you. I'm sorry. My bad. We apologize awkwardly to the family, give them a small bow. When she turns back to me, however, she's sighing. Wonder how sincere that apology was. Man, this always happens. Dad scolds me all the time for upsetting the customers. Then don't you think you should cut it out? Or try to be offensive a little more quietly? Moo sighs, clicking. Oh god, that's what the noise was, freaking. Yeah, god, I hate those noises. Clicking her neck with a noise so piercing it makes a young girl eating an ice cream sundae jump in alarm. But if I can't vent my frustrations, I'll go so keyed up I might explode. Well, I wouldn't want that either. Besides, I'm not the only one who looks worn down. She's kind of rough around the edges too. She's right, of course. I've been in a heightened state of frantic anxiety all day, rushing after a ride. Now that I'm in familiar territory, conversing with a friendly pace, I'm starting to feel more relaxed. So you can smell coffee beans deep and rich helps. It mingles with various other comforting scents of cake and cookies and fresh bread, bringing a smile to my lips. Come on, you can go sit in the back. Get you some fruit juice or something. Look like you need to cool down. Thank you. Touched by Moo's unexpected kindness, my face turns pink. Follow her retreating back through the cafe, navigating around tables containing families and, of course, couples on dates. It leads me to a small secluded spot at the back of the cafe, away from the other patrons. This is another unexpected gesture of kindness. No touch that she factored my inherent dislike of crowds into my seating arrangement. They start thinking sappy stuff for now, action. Huh? What do you mean? Who grins? I said I'd get you that juice, I didn't mean it was on the house. Just because you're my friend, that doesn't mean you get a discount. Was my own childhood friend lured me into a cafe under false pretenses solely to steal my money? Poor Wallet must be crying right now. Suffered far too many indignities for one day. Even after the moon writes down my order, it takes a while for her to actually serve me my juice. She looks rushed off her feet. Tables in here are possibly crowded with people, chatting together noisily, or demanding this or that or the other. Sulky looking little boy knocks his food to the floor. The old woman complains that her tea is too hot. Young man asks Moo if she would mind writing a cute message on his omelette rice and ketchup, which makes Moo's face go unusually red. Thought that kind of thing was only for maid cafes, but when a Moo tries to argue that point, that reminds her, knowing unpleasantly, customers always right. Minutes go by slowly. Each passing a second, Moo looks more and more disheveled, like a slowly rotting watermelon. Not that that's a very flattering comparison. More strands of hair worm their way free from their ponytail, beads of sweat gathering on her forehead. Never knew working at a cafe could be so difficult. Finally, some 10 minutes after I place my order, Moo delivers my drink. I mean, that's not that long. Sorry for the slow service, action. You're my friend, so I thought it'd be okay if I slacked off on your order a little. Although she's laughing her usual laugh, it sounds strained and less light-hearted than usual. I think being forced to write that cute message, adding hearts no less, the man's food might have been the final straw. Is working here always so hard? It depends on what customers you get. Some people can be pretty entitled. Yeah, I've noticed. Geez, I don't like to slam some of their heads against a wall, or hit them with a baseball bat. Get them a really good beating, you know. This story is made all the more disturbing by the fact she's rolling up her sleeves. Maybe you should try to keep that impulse under control for now. Maybe save it for, if Noelle decides to go on a murdering spree. She pouts. I do my best. If I snap one day and reduce this whole place to a sea of blood, I won't be held accountable for my actions. It's like hearing young children cry all the time, you know. I think their parents would have some pity on poor people like me, who had to work at crappy places like this with virtually no money, Had the decency not to bring their little kids along when they're teething. I'm never gonna have children, Chun. Never. If I hear another wailing brat, I might lose it. Lily is against the wall, arms folded, head hanging. Despite the violence of her words, she seems far too tired to actually carry her threats out. This, I decide, is probably a good thing. Wouldn't want to move to become a murderer over something so petty. Take a sip of my orange juice, relishing the soothing sensation as it slides down my throat. That's what she said. Then I offer the glass to Moo. You want some? Huh? Are you offering me an indirect kiss, Chun? God damn it. Huh? No, I had no idea you were so bold. I guess that's what happened when you moved to the city. You get surrounded by all these super confident city girls and you start to lose your inhibitions. It's not like that. I just thought you would like a drink. Nah, it's okay. In warm weather, drinking something hot is usually better for you. Wait, really? Yeah, hot drinks make you sweat. When the sweat evaporates, you cool down quicker. I didn't know that. Tea really is the best drink for any occasion, you know. You're Japanese, you can't not love tea. Knowing about it for years, Moo's love for traditionally Japanese food and drink always strikes me as odd. Seems out of character somehow. But anyway, that's enough about me. Talking about work is way too depressing. How about you, Chun? Actually, I've been working too. You have? Where? And why? Oh, somebody forced me into it. I thought it would be mean not to say no. Is that what these are for? He picks up one of the photocopied posters left in a neat pile on the top of the table and examines it. Yeah, I got dragged into helping this girl search for a rabbit. Not sure you know where it's. But looking at Moo's face makes the words die in my throat. Moo lets the poster drop to the ground carelessly. Flows through the air like a leaf caught in a breeze, landing not on the table but on the floor. Somehow this very simple act seems strangely aggressive. Maybe because Moo was talking about smashing his skull so freely a few seconds ago. But am I just being paranoid? Why are you helping her? The guile in Moo's tone is unmistakable. You don't like her, right? No, I don't. I can't stand her. But I thought you two used to be friends? And though you argue a lot, you still got on, right? What are you doing now? Not anymore. Not even worth talking about. Just thinking about it is making me mad. I don't think Arai is a bad person, though. You don't, do you? Moo glares, hands on her hips, but try not to waver. I don't really know why I'm defending Arai. I don't think she's so bad. Not really. Sure, she says some pretty mean things and be quite harsh, but it also applies to Moo. Being with her is kind of fun, I suppose, in a weird way. No, I don't. But she acts so spoiled and selfish, always putting so much ridiculous airs and grace. Ticks me off. Well, she is quite stubborn. Sometimes she says rude things, but what? Why are you trying to make excuses for somebody you barely know? Thought I was supposed to be your friend. Don't understand. He looks mad now, but she and Arai, even though they used to scold about petty things all the time, they got along well. Didn't they used to be friends? Am I not remembering it wrong? Or not remembering it wrong, am I? Open my mouth, ready to ask when... shit. There you are. I thought I'd find you slacking off in here. There, standing in the entrance of the cafe, hands on her hips and a dangerous glare on her face. Hello, customer. Will you be dining alone today? Or perhaps I should just assume you will be. I can't imagine anybody would want to sit with you. It's right. Doors closed behind her. When the doors behind her swing closed with a thud, dead silence falls upon the cafe. People stop talking. Chairs stop scraping. Chopsticks stop moving. Even little toddlers and irritable young children fall quiet. Mouths open mid-scream. So quiet I swear I can hear the separate dust particles swirling around in the air. Customers look at Arai, then at a moo. Back to Arai, back to a moo. Over and over again, eyes traverse the full length of the cafe from one side to the other. Wait with bated breath like a vast crowd at a festival, preparing themselves for the moment when the fireworks are launched. Any second now they'll see sparks. That's what they want. I'm sure of it. Yeah, something big must have happened between them if the entire town knows about it. Hello, Amu. I see you're just as rude as you ever were. And I see you're just as arrogant. Rai makes her characteristic snort of derision, turning her nose up in the air. Ray cracks her knuckles together. Sound splits through the silence of the cafe like a gunshot. Two of them continue to stare each other down like cowboys in a western. Any second now, I fear one of them will draw the gun and shoot. I don't have enough time to talk to a mere waitress such as yourself, Amu. Step aside, please. I have some business with that person over there. I'm sorry, but that person over there has a name. Chan has no reason to follow your commands if he doesn't want to. And yet, for one supposedly so concerned about her friend, you haven't asked him what he wants to do either, have you? That's because you're such an unpleasant person, nobody in their right mind would want to spend a second in your company. Oh, that's funny. I could say the same about you. Rai's voice is cold, hard as iron. She fills her voice with as much malice as possible, like loading a bullet into the chamber of a gun. When the word leaves her lips, it fires and explodes in Moo's face with a shower of malice. Traitor. But Moo is strong. Even though she recalls, she does not stumble. Rai used up her own ammunition. Now it's Moo's turn. Rai can only watch, unable to defend herself, as Moo prepares to take her own shot. I didn't do anything wrong. Told you that already. Can't get that through your thick skull, then there really is no hope for you. Maybe you're right. Maybe I was foolish. But you are a liar. You are a liar, and you are a traitor. And if you refuse to admit to it, that is simply proof of your own rotten heart. Moo glares at Rai, staring her down. Gaze is so intense that even Rai falters, taking a small step backwards. And in this moment, I know. Moo knows. Rai knows. Everyone in the cafe knows. It's a foregone conclusion. So, my heart is rotten, is it? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, you traitor. Rai makes a half-hearted attempt to fight back, but at this stage it's impossible. Rai used her best shot. She has no way to defend herself. All she can do now is wait for the inevitable. My heart really is rotten, and surely I wouldn't be the one I'm trying to sit in with right now. And moreover, because let's go upwards, it's most merciless demonic. Here it is. Can feel it. Moo's last move. The ace up her sleeve. Really are such a kind, gentle lady. A rabbit wouldn't abandon you to begin with. Ray's eyes widen. Let's strike her sharply across the face. Placing one hand across her cheek, flushed red, she whimpers. The noise of absolute defeat. There it is. A perfect victory. Almost expect the crowd to start cheering. Who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they would have done, at least. Until... Why are we getting a fucking panty shot? Jesus Christ. My eyes. I need to bleach them. White and pink stripes. Standing right behind Moo is a young boy, around 5 or 6 years old. Pulling up his skirt. For fuck's sake. It's only a matter of time before we got some sort of fan service type thing. Moo stands there for a while, trembling, hands clasped out at front. Face is bright red. And then finally... she screams. This moment, all hell breaks loose. People sitting at the tables, once so quiet, break out into chatter, causing sound to bubble through the cafe like a tidal wave. Almost at once, the babies resume crying. Young girl knocks her omelette of rice on the floor. Plate splintering into several pieces with a crash. Being concerned no longer is approach Moo, asking after her well-being. Young, well-dressed woman, pursuing the little boy's mother, leaps forward, grabbing hold of her son's arms. I'm sorry, miss. I'm so sorry. No, wanna see lady. Wanna see. Stop that, Taro. I'm sorry, miss. Thought I brought him up better than that. He... Wanna see the lady. Wanna see the lady. Are you right, dear? Must have been a dreadful shock, I'm sure. Haha, cool. I didn't know you got that kind of service here. Hey, don't say that, dude. Can't you see she's upset? Yeah, listen to that teenager. Wanna see the lady. Wanna see the lady. Wanna play. No, Taro, you can't play like that. It's not allowed. Bad. Wanted to hide. Wanna play circus. This is not a circus tent, Taro. But Mommy, do you need a drink, dear? Do you want to sit down? They were pink and white stripes. Pink and white. You're a really unpleasant person, aren't you? Wanna play? Wanna play? God, poor Moo. Moo recoils under the curious stares. Pressing her hands against her face to shield it from public view. At the same time, I feel a warm, soft sensation grip my hand. It's alright. Come on, let's go. But the Moo is... I said, let's go. And so, in the chaos and confusion, Rai drags me away. Flee together like two criminals escaping a crime scene. Hopefully I'm not gonna come to regret leaving her behind. Till first end up at the small park I visited yesterday. This park is a peaceful place, cut off from the main road by a large canopy of trees. Almost all the noise from the outside world is obscured by the gentle ambience of nature. Wind runs through the trees, making the leaves shake. A few birds twitter amongst themselves as though in conversation. Some pieces of discarded litter, pages from a newspaper, and packaging of a convenience store sandwich rolls along the ground. It is in this quiet, secluded area, surrounded by greenery, bathed in gentle light. Marie starts to cry. Was she holding those tears back throughout our walk there? Or is that why her lips were pursing so tight, her face so stony? Reaching forward instinctively, hand hovering over her shoulder, unsure whether to pat it or not. Don't know if she'd appreciate it. Maybe she'd think I was pitying her. Are you alright? Do I look like I'm alright? No, I guess not. That's why I was asking. You can see it for yourself. Why should I have to spell it out for you? Are you trying to make fun of me? Rye's voice is punctuated by sniffles. Pauses to wipe her eyes with the backs of her hands. A person like Rye who seems so concerned about her outward appearance, or she might find this candid display of emotion embarrassing. I reach around in my pocket, procure some paper tissues. Never without these paper tissues. I'm always prepared for any eventuality, except perhaps a time slip. Here, you can use this if you want. Rye glares at me. It's impressive she's able to transmit that much hatred through her teary eyes. What? Got me? Wanna dare a Rye to wipe my eyes with those snotty tissues that have been in your pocket for who knows how long? I just thought you might appreciate it, and not snotty. Why should I appreciate it? Never asked for them. I try to assume a friendly yet polite and respectful smile as I bow my head. Do apologize for my impudence. Merely thought my lady was in need of some assistance, and I had been but her humble butler. Rye squeals weakly, a gentle blush rising to her face. Great. Now you got feet on my mind now. God damn it. Why is he rubbing off on me? Noise is marred, however, by a tear-choked hiccup that pushes its way past her lips right after. Are you alright? You already asked me that question, Morin, and I am fine. I didn't think I'd ever find you funny, but I'll enjoy your company, but here we are. Sure you don't want a tissue? If you're offering the tissue, then I'll take the stupid tissues. With that, Ray snatches the tissues from my hand without a word of thanks. Well, it's about what I was expecting, so I don't get too upset. Dries her eyes and blows her nose, giving the most delicate sniffles as she does so. When she lifts her head, she looks a little better than she did before, though her eyes are still rimmed with red. At least she isn't crying, though. Hiccups have stopped too. Are you alright? You have asked me that 3 times already. Don't you ever get sick of saying the same thing over and over? I guess not. I sigh. Maybe you're right. Maybe I really am stupid. It's alright. A fool will be a fool, no matter what. Leotards can't change. Something about spots. Leotards? Actually, I think people can change. It's a natural process, I think. Well, that might be true as well. Moo definitely did. I thought you two used to be friends. Why not now? Not anymore. Moo shuts down the silent conversation swiftly, though bringing down the blade of the guillotine. It's plain, regardless of what happened between her and Moo, doesn't want to talk about it. Hey, you. I blink, lifting my head. Rose got to her feet, saw a look on her face. What is it? Somewhere I want to go. Come on. But Reed doesn't wait for an answer. Pulls me unceremoniously to my feet, her sharp fingernails digging into my hand. Where on earth is she storing all that strength anyway? I was as skinny as drinking straws. It really is a mystery. Oh, the antique store. Didn't think we'd be coming back here after so long. Huh. Why did we come here? Look at my surroundings with some confusion. Ryle has led me to a small antique store in a secluded part of town. Forced from the steady flow of traffic and groups of people by the main road. This antique store isn't entirely unfamiliar to me. Been here several times before with Noel. Noel has a fascinating love for all bits of junk, dolls with missing limbs, and supposedly valuable ornaments covered in dust and dented in various places. So we always used to come here together. I'd wait in one corner while Noel amused herself, looking around the shelves with wide eyes, examining each and every object that caught her fancy. This place is just as run down as I remember. The shelf is so old it almost looks like an antique itself, but not one of any particular value. Right, one wrong move, one misplaced foot sent my whole body straight through the floorboards, leaving behind nothing but an Achan-shaped hole in the ground. Although the store looks small on the outside, it's surprisingly large within. This is something I know from first-hand experience, given how much time Noel could spend in here. Almost every square inch of the floor is covered in supposed antiques, although, and I'm not often a cynical person, junk would probably be a more accurate term. Various items are on display in the cabinets. Chests with missing pieces, crockery and cutlery, small collections of ceramic figures, watches, fans, candlesticks, all sorts of things. And what else is over there? A card table, large mirror, a birdhouse, a grandfather clock, some paintings and an old hat stand, but these are only the more notable objects. I'm sure there are more. The air smells stale. Floorboards covered in an ugly carpet creep ominously underfoot. Cobwebs in the corners where the walls meet the ceiling. Makes me wonder whether the shopkeeper here actually cleans up or not. Maybe they don't bother. Since the store is so hard to get to, I can't imagine many people come here. The location of the store doesn't keep people away, but sure the incredibly passive-aggressive sign hanging on the door, written in bright red pen no less will. The sign reads, "To my beloved customers, please would you kindly close the door when you enter the shop, for that is what a door is for. Thank you." I think that's the smiley face drawn in the bright red pen, which completes the sign, making it one of the most fear-inducing things I've ever seen in my life. Needless to say, once Orion entered the store, I shut the door. Definitely remembered, at least this time. I'm still confused. Why did we come here? Maybe Orion wants to ask the owner to put up a post about Shiro in the window? But that seems unlikely. What's the point in putting a missing poster up in a place hardly anybody goes? It really is a mystery. Into the store, a young woman with dark blue hair is leaning over the counter. Looks like she's drawing something. Doesn't even look up when the bell of the door rings, so intent on her drawing. Recognize her, but not just from visiting here with Noel in the past. She took over from the old man who used to work here a few years ago. Remember that old man more vividly than this woman, since I'm sure she only served me once or twice before I moved to the city. The previous owner of the store was a lot nicer. Always used to tease me and Noel, asking when he was going to be involved in the wedding. Then he'd laugh when I got embarrassed. Okay, so maybe he wasn't the nicest people after all, but at least he never put a creepy sign up on the door. Sure, the store used to be cleaner back then too. This woman though, I know her. Not just with the dusty confines of this antique shop. She used to go to my school. She lives in the same village that I do. That would be inevitable. Most people who live there go to the same school. My mother went to the same school I did too. And my grandmother. It really isn't really so surprising. I'm sure she was somebody's big sister, wasn't she? Wonder who's... Oh, the question is immediately answered. Big sis, I'm here. And turns out I don't need to wonder about that for much longer. The sound of Mariah's voice, the older sister sets her pencil down on the counter. Looks up in surprise, blinking. Like Mariah, her eyes are deep violet. Those dark clothes with the pale skin, the older sister really does look mysterious. Almost like a vampire. Two pairs of violet eyes bore into another, neither refusing to budge an inch. Then, slowly, very slowly. Little sis! Oh, these two are so cute together. You look so cute. My smile spreads across the older sister's face. Lucia thought might have had about elegance or grace or swept to the side in an instant. The older sister vaults across the counter with surprising athleticism, and faster than blinking pulls Araya into a tight embrace. You almost hear the sound of splintering bones from here. Big sis. Cute. Araya is so cute. I swear, you get cute about a day. Big sis. Big sis. Let go. Yeah, she's so soft and fluffy. I just want to eat her up. No, don't eat me. Yeah, not there. Just what precisely is going on here? I've never had a sibling before, so I don't know how it's supposed to work, but is it normal for siblings to bond like this? Is a big sister trying to nibble on Araya's neck? Maybe she really is a vampire. Why she insists on the door being closed at all times? Protect her lily white skin from the sunlight. Then, following from that train of thought, bright red characters smeared on the nose pinned to the door, actually written in blood. I feel like I'm way out of my depth now. What would Sherlock Holmes do in a situation like this? Did you say something one time, that once you eliminated all possibilities, then whatever remains behind, no matter how improbable, must be the truth? Then Aray's big sister really is a vampire? No way. How could I accept something so ridiculous? But I'm the one who thought it in the first place. Doesn't that make me ridiculous? Big sis, get off. I'll kiss my dress, you moron. Just get off and drop dead. It's kinda nice to know I'm not the only one she insults like that. Not even her big sister is immune. A small whimpering sound, the big sister steps away, head hanging. Looks like a puppy that's just been scolded. Never should add of being assaulted by the younger sisters to the list of vampire weaknesses, alongside garlic and crosses. How cruel. And all I wanted to do was hug my cute little sister. The cute little sister in question scowls, wiping down her skirt. Stupid Suzumi. You need to learn some restraint. But that's no fun. Big sister presumably calls Suzumi to pounce. You're so grumpy, Yuri. I wouldn't be grumpy if I didn't have a dim wit for a sister like you. Big sister unexpectedly smiles, face flushed as though she's been paid a great compliment. A masochist, then. Why are you grinning like that, stupid sister? You keep pulling that vacant cow-like expression. Ship you off to the butchers and they'll grind your useless body up into beefsteak. I was just marveling at what a cute little sister I have, completely incapable of expressing her real feelings. Ray pauses. She looks flustered. I can express my true feelings, stupid sister. I really, really hate you. See? Is that so? Yes, I express my emotion with sincerity and clarity all the time. You're the idiot who doesn't understand what I mean. How cute. I knew you really liked me. Did you even listen to a single word I said? Yes, I did, and I heard it plain as Claren. I heard, I love you, big sister. Please pay me as much attention to me as possible, and never look at anybody else for as long as you live. Ryder's face turns red. I can almost see steam pouring from her ears. But don't worry your pretty little head, my cute and lovable Eri. As long as there's breath in my lungs, I won't love anyone other than you. Big sis, you... Sumi giggles primarily. Just like a student at a prestigious all-girls school, one hand pressed against her cheek. What is it, my most beloved Arai? Do you want to have fun and sleep over with your big sis tonight? I'll brush your hair and feed you cake and dress you up as much as you want. I never said I wanted to do anything like that, stupid sister. That's just you who wanted. Oh, is it? Oh my. I see there is no point reasoning with an idiot like you. He has about as much intelligence as a sleet slug. As much as that, I'm flattered. I don't know why I thought to come and see you anyway. You can't help me or make me feel better at all. Huh? I can't help? No, you can't. Your big sister is unwanted? Yes, she is. But I've already helped you, Eri. Do you remember that I used to do your homework for you every single day? That's completely irrelevant. Don't bring that up now. Oh? But why not? It's true, isn't it? That is that and this is this. The truth is whatever you choose to believe in. Since you believed I did it, so I did it. Oh, is that how it works? It is. It is how it works. Rai grits her teeth together. Foam vein stands out on her forehead. Looks like her brain may literally burst. Turning about on her heels, Rai grabs hold of my arm. Ow, I whimper. Like a mood, the girl has a very tight grip. I thought the two sisters had forgotten about me during the course of the argument. I guess not. I don't know if I'm entirely happy with this plot development, though. Come on, Achan, let's go. It's obvious she doesn't know anything about Shiro. If we stay here too long, she might affect you with her stupidity too. And yet, despite the pain in my wrist, I can't help but notice something. While attacking her big sister, Rai ended up inadvertently complimenting me. He doesn't really think I'm stupid. Was that a mistake? A slip up? An accident? Or is that how she really feels? I wonder if I should ask her, but I'm not given a chance. Her escape route is impeded all of a sudden by mysterious force. A dark presence. An evil aura. Or to be more precise, a hand. Suzumi's hand. Suzumi's hand holding onto Rai's right shoulder. Ah. She really is. Very tall. What do you want, stupid sister? I want to go home. I can see that. However, I am concerned for your welfare. What do you mean? If you were concerned, you wouldn't keep trying to crush me to death with those violent hugs. That's different. I hurt you out of love. Don't just admit you love. Don't just admit that your love hurts me. If you do that, it'll make you sound like a psychopath. I am worried about this boy. Why have you been spending time with him? Huh? Guess the younger sister isn't the only one good at making unpleasant expressions. The older sister is more than proficient at it too. The face of somebody plotting gruesome, violent murder. God, why is it with everybody wanting to fucking kill me? There's no other way it can be interpreted. I'm gonna die. I'm seriously gonna die. And it's not gonna be the first death either. And get the feeling it's not gonna be the last either. I am sorry. Did I do something to offend you? Why are you asking me that? Shouldn't you already know? I'm sorry. Bow my head, partially out of politeness, but mostly so I don't have to keep looking into those eyes anymore. Those terrifying, haunting eyes. Body trembles. I used to confess all of my past crimes well up inside me, bubbling to the surface. Once when I was in 2nd grade, I didn't do my homework, but lied in class and said I'd done it in front of everybody. No, that isn't it. Well then, another time when I was in 3rd grade, my mother brought me a really ugly shirt, and it was so embarrassing that I buried it in the back garden. That still isn't it. Once I got jealous because of how much taller everybody else is than me, so I applied to cut off the legs of all my classmates with an old saw I found in my dad's garage. Huh? Really? I knew it. You really are a murderer. No, that isn't true. I lied about the last one. I'm sorry. Amy sighs, pressing her palm against her face with a loud thud. She looks disappointed. Jeez, you really are clueless, aren't you? I suppose so. I'm sorry that I'm unable to answer your question at the moment. Can't think of anything I might have done to offend you, though. I can, however, think of a few things I might have done in the past that hurt Noelle, when I abandoned her, for start. Don't think that's related to Sumi, though. It isn't really any of her business, is it? Unless she and Noelle were very close, which I don't think they were, regardless of how often Noelle frequented the store. Look, just forget about it. You're lost cause. Well, I hang my head in shame. I don't like feeling as though I'm disappointing people. Don't suppose anybody does. But with Suzumi, somehow it feels even worse. Maybe it's because she can be so intense. Big sis, I think you're being too harsh on him. Give Ak-chan a break. Sumi frowns. Ak-chan? You don't call him by his name? Well, sometimes I mix it up a little. Also moron and blockhead and peasant and pleb. Ak-chan is his name. Nickname, rather. Well, alright. Well enough to know what you're doing. I suppose you reached a rebellious age where the humble words of your big sister, who only wants the best for you, are no longer able to reach your heart. I don't know if your actions are wholly selfless, big sis, but I can ask you this. Take care of yourself. Don't want you to get hurt again. I know that, big sis. I know you have my best interests at heart. I'll be careful. My little Aries growing up. She's getting so mature. I feel so proud, but also a little sad. And then back at it again. Big sis, I can't breathe. Get off. With that, Suzumi reverts back to her sobbing, hysterical self. I think I like her this way the most. She seems less dangerous. Well, that was an interesting interaction. So, Ak-chan, I'll get straight to the point. I don't like you. So direct. But Ray obviously does. I want to try to remain respectful of my little sister's hobbies and interests and friends at all times, even if it pains me greatly to do so. And so, in an effort to become more closely acquainted with my cute little sister's friends, therefore become more closely acquainted with my cute little sister, I suppose it is kind of impressive that she's so open about her ulterior motives. Not many people I know are willing to be quite so transparently manipulative. I have an offer for you. An offer? I have no idea what this offer will be. Can only guess. Does Sumi want me to duel with her until one of us dies? Look around Sumi's door anxiously. Are there any dueling pistols stashed away in here? I wouldn't be surprised if there were. Yes, today is the day my cute little sister and I get together and eat cakes and have pleasant conversation. Though this time is sacred to me, thought of letting any filthy man defile it by his approach makes me want to cry tears of blood. I decided no. I'm a grown woman, and I can act like an adult. And thus, though even extending such an offer tears my stomach, I'll present you a cordial invitation. And she says all this with a perfect smile too. Would you care to join my little sister and I for tea and cake? Between Rai and Suzumi, sweat forming on my forehead. Isn't that kind of invitation a bit too formal? Is this like some kind of marriage interview? Is the overattractive older sibling trying to scope me out? She knows whether I'm suitable as Rai's betrothed or something? It's really embarrassing. Maybe Suzumi is actually planning to poison me. I wouldn't put it past her. She made her dislike for me quite apparent already. What should I do? Do I accept or refuse? Okay, I think it is in our best interest to accept the offer. I don't really need to be murdered right now, that's for sure. So after acquainting, I ended up here. This antique store has 2 floors. Ground floor is the shop where all the wares are sold. And the upper floor is the space where the Suzumi lives. Upstairs the store smells just as musty as downstairs. Dust most drifts in the air lazily, not a care in the world, choking my throat when I tried to breathe and stinging my eyes. The tiny mat looks worn, just as creaky as the wooden floorboards downstairs. Now there's the extra added fear that if I place a wrong foot, not only will I fall through the floor, but also fall a much greater distance down into the room below. Every time I think of this unfavorable outcome, I see an image of myself splattered on the ground, the blood leaking out of my broken body, like a strawberry filling from a sponge cake. I shudder. Oh dear, you look so peaky. Would you like a cup of tea? Smiling politely, holding a teapot in her hand, and I'm not deceived. I know, behind that smile lurks a pure and unfettered hatred for absolutely everything about me. Accepting tea from her might possibly be a very bad idea. What if it poisons me? But turning her down might be a bad idea too. Really is a lose-lose situation. And I nod my head, unable to say a single thing. And here you go. You lower level life form. Gee, thanks. What is it with everyone trying to be mean to me? I mean, I can get it if no one was being mean to me because I was kind of a dick friend, but still. She integrated. Yeah, I really don't know what I've done wrong to her yet, and whether I deserve this treatment yet, but we'll hopefully find out sooner or later. Just as long as it doesn't involve me getting stabbed. Preferably not with a box cutter. Anyway, she integrated the insult so seamlessly into her perfect hostess routine, using the exact same voice as before, that it caught me off guard. It's cinnamon tea, rather expensive blend. It seems a shame to waste it on your unrefined palate. You're surely unable to distinguish between the finest sublets of flavor woven throughout this beverage. Besides, Suzumi pours me a cup of tea and then passes it towards me. Can't help but notice that the teacups are all chipped. Have these been taken from the cabinets in the store? How is Suzumi able to make any kind of profit from this place if she overprices all her stock, scares away her customers, and takes random things for her own private use? Turning to my tea, sipping it slowly. Please assume he hasn't done anything sinister to it, like pouring salt or bodily fluids or arsenic. Tastes fine. Nice even. Just a little too hot. Well then, how is it? Yeah, I cry out in alarm. Can't help it. Anybody would after being glared at like that. How does my hospitality taste? Is it good enough for you? Well, is it? It's very good. Thank you for asking. Miss Sighs, placing her own teacup down on a saucer with a light china meaning China. Notice Rai's teacup and saucer are the only ones without noticeable damage. Big sister, please. You're being rude. Sumi's whole countenance twists, some look of intense despair flooding her face. Huh? I'm not being rude, am I? You're making our guest feel uncomfortable. That isn't very polite or ladylike. I think you should apologize. What is this? Why is the Rai being so nice to me all of a sudden? Hey, stop looking at me like that. Staring at a lady is also rude. Cheeks turn pink. Drop my head, looking down at my knees. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stare. Well, if it's you, then I think maybe it is alright. Maybe. Huh? What do you mean? I mean, I don't think you are such a bad person after all. Oh? Really? Really? I mean, you did help me look for Shiro, and you're not so bad when I compare you to Big Sis. It has helped me put things into perspective a little. Harry, don't say something so harsh. Nobody loves you more than I do. Big Sis, you're crushing me. You're crushing me. I'm just displaying my love. I'm proving that my love for you is far, far stronger than anything this boy could display. No, you're hurting me. I stare in alarm as Ari's face starts to turn blue. Is she joking? Is there a standard procedure for removing clingy big sisters from their younger siblings? These two are definitely strange, but at least we're still alive. Alright, I'm going to the bakery to pick up some cake. Oh, the bakery? Ria tends to hide her excitement, but she is not quite able to manage it. Eyes start to light up despite herself, small smile edging its way onto her face. Sumi grins triumphantly, hands on her hips. Huh, yes, that's right. And for my little sister, there's no expense spared. I'm going to Sweet's parlor. Sweet's parlor. Ria's eyes begin to cloud over. Face looks flushed. Does she really like cake that much? It's kind of cute that she is getting so enthusiastic about something so simple, even though she tries to act so mature. Sumi giggles, one hand pressing against her cheek. I need to pick up an order I placed earlier anyway. Now, I wonder what that could have been. Was it strawberry tarts? Scones? Milk, whatever that is? A slice of chocolate gâteau? Or was it something more exotic? More like blanc? Mont Blanc? But isn't that really expensive? It's alright. If it's for the sake of my cute little sister's smile, I'd pay anything. Money is no problem. Why, I'd even give an arm or leg or one of my organs for you. What kind of bakery would ask for such a gruesome, grisly payment? Bakery isn't set up on Fleet Street, is it? Nick says, you're saying some pretty irresponsible things here. You really should try to be more careful with your money. But I already ordered it. Besides, don't you want the cake? I never said that. I just, Ruth looks down at the floor, cheeks puffed out in a pout. Well then, I'll be off now. Bakery closes in half an hour, so I have to hurry. Yes, have a good trip. Aw, do you care that much about me, Rai? That makes me super happy. But it's fine. You see, just seeing your smile gives me a power-up. Nobody could defeat me when I'm in this state. Pure love of two blood-related sisters will triumph over everything. Really can't stand those half-assed stories where it turns out the siblings aren't actually related by blood. Such a thing as sacrilege against that cute bond between sisters. He sighs. Nixus, you're saying something weird again. Sumi giggles coyly, tongue clicking out, one finger pressed against her cheek. Anyway, Sumi turns to face me. One thinner face is guttering out like a candle standing next to an open window. Sudden shift in her demur. It's quite unnerving. You're coming with me. Me? That's right, you. But why? She planning on taking me outside and shooting me. This trip to the bakery of you so she can dispose of me once and for all. Because I don't trust you to be loyal with my cute little sister, that's why. I want you under my supervision at all times. Face turns red at this accusation. Just what does Suzumi think I'm going to do anyway? Don't be stupid, big sis. Akchan didn't do anything. But Sumi lower lip wobbles. Looks like she's going to cry. I'm just looking out for you, Uri. You're my one and only precious and cute little sister. I know that, and I appreciate it, but I'll be fine. Don't need to fuss over me all the time. It's annoying. Annoying? Uri thinks I'm annoying? Only sometimes. I just wish you could have faith in me. Now the two sisters seem to be having some kind of argument. What should I do? I don't know. Ooh. Do I go or do I stay? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna stay here with Rai. Leanne decided to stay here with Rai, even if it means incurring Suzumi's wrath. You take care, brat. Wolves have eyes. Maybe says it in such a menacing way, I half expect to find bloodshot eyes blinking at me out the walls. Or out the walls, on the floor, across the ceiling. Don't lay a finger on my cute sister, okay? I know who said exactly. If I detect even the faintest trace of your disgusting male odor lingering on her, I'll snap off your fingers. Please not the fingies. I would like them to very much stay intact. I respond meekly, unable to do anything other than agree. Even though in actuality, I don't really want my fingers being snapped. Rai sighs. Don't worry, big sis. Everything will be fine. If this peasant tries to touch me, I'll break his fingers myself. You don't need to do it for me. Oh, maybe this reassures Sumi, but it doesn't reassure me in the slightest. Can't help but worry I'm going to die. Between these two sisters, I'm definitely going to die. You remember your training? Yep, go for the eyes first, right? That's right. You're so clever, Uri. Surely, you're the cutest little sister that ever did live. And looking slightly more reassured, Sumi smiles. Alright, I'll see you later. See you. Yeah, me too. Sumi winces. Not that I want to see you, of course, except in the morgue. Making a small scared noise like a tiny animal, I shiver. Wrap my arms around myself for protection. It doesn't work. Ruby's gaze is piercing. Well, this is awkward. Ryan and I sit there in silence, posture naturally straight. I squirm uncomfortably, staring at the floor. Even though Suzumi's presence was frightening, louder, everything feels far too quiet. I don't know what to say. Rai seems to be the same. She's also looking at the floor, a soft blush on her cheeks, smoothing out tiny, perhaps even non-existent creases in her skirt over and over again. Why does the atmosphere feel so heavy all of a sudden? So, I didn't know you loved cake so much, Rai. I wouldn't say love, because that would be gluttonous, and I am no glutton. I am a true lady, but having cake every once in a while is not a bad thing, you know? Even like she's trying to convince herself of this fact more than me. Hey, there's nothing wrong with liking cake. Never said there was. And why did you bring it up? Are you trying to make a point about my weight? No, not at all. I was just thinking it seemed a little different than your image, that's all. Jeez, being liking cake that this much is too childish for a person like me? Well, I don't know. You can like what you want. I just thought you act so mature and you look so dignified, so I was a little surprised. Maybe. But it's not like I'm crazy with Jello and ice cream. You know, that's childish. She frowns. And messy. I guess so. Even though I really like ice cream and, well, love Jello. And anyway, Raya frowns, one finger idly tracing patterns against the floor. I didn't start dressing like this through choice. It's all because of Big Sis. Sumi dictates how you dress. Not dictates, not really. But she always loved old antique dolls. Likes their clothes and she thinks they're cute. Ah, I see. I think I know where this is going. So she started to dress me up like that too. When we were younger, she took lots of part-time jobs and would save up her own money so she could order expensive clothes for me. It was a little embarrassing, but they weren't really comfortable to wear, but since Big Sid put so much effort into it and spent so much money, I thought it'd be rude to cast her efforts aside. And so I ended up dressing like you do. Yes, all because of my big sister. Because it was her dream. Rai smiles at me. It's uncharacteristically open, sweet and gentle. Don't get me wrong, though. It's not as though I dislike it. Although it was embarrassing at first. After a while, it started to make me feel special. As though I was different from everybody else. More refined, or elegant, or, I don't know, made me feel important. And I think everybody likes feeling important. This Rai picks up her teacup, holding it in the daintiest of manners, takes a small sip. I think I'm starting to understand the reason why Rai acts so proud all the time. Not because she has a bad attitude, as I used to think. It has more to do with Suzumi constantly coddling her. When I watch Rai trying to do her best despite her circumstances, can't help but be impressed. You know, what? Well, Hurry up and spit it out, will you? I'll die of old age waiting. Well, I was just thinking. You really are something special, Rai. Huh? Well... Rai looks at me with a flushed face, eyes a little too wide. He looks as embarrassed as I feel. Maybe I was too forward with my praise back then, but really is the truth. Do think she's special. Rai really is an incredible person. Well, thank you, I suppose. Yes, of course. It is only natural that I, under Dira Rai, am special. I am, after all, far more refined than all the baggrets and ruffians that roam the streets. There it is again. The laugh. The real princess laugh. Amazing. Why are you so amazed by his sister? In about 20 minutes, Suzumi returns from a trip, carrying a plastic bag filled with an assortment of goods from the bakery. Or more than enough to feed an army, let alone 2 people. So, even though she looks unhappy about it, I also get treated to some cake. Suzumi really does spoil Rai, doesn't she? 2 sisters accompany their cakes with blueberry tea, brewed perfectly at just the right temperature. Soon the aroma of cake and tea fills the small, drab room where Suzumi lives, making it seem slightly warmer and more comforting. As soon as they have eaten their fill, "No way, stupid sister. Dice didn't roll properly, so I should have another go." "Right, that's no fair. You got a 2. I saw it. Start to play a board game." "No, you're the one who's cheating, stupid sis. You are." "No, you. I don't suppose you could just roll the dice again, could you?" "Shut up." "Okay, geez, fine." As anything passes by, I fall into the background, watching the 2 sisters have tensely heated argument about snakes and ladders of all things. At least it looks like they're having fun. I think. As long as nobody's getting hurt or murdered, we should be fine. Lying on my futon and stare up at the ceiling, wide awake. Can't go to sleep. Can't even begin to think about what the slightest possibility of sleeping. Mind is filled with the events of today. It's not full of such an extent I fear I might burst. Why does Amu dislike Rai so much? Didn't they used to be friends? I never knew Amu had the capability to dislike somebody to such a degree. I thought she was a fairly fickle, cheerful person who couldn't hold grudges for very long. I guess I was wrong, because I'd never been on Amu's bad side before. I never knew. Had no idea how ruthless she could be. Then there's Suzumi, Rai's big sister. Why does she regard me with such scorn? It makes me feel as though I've done something wrong, but I can't think what. I have no idea. Turned over in my futon, curled up in a ball with my knees tucked up under my chin and my arms wrapped around my legs. Continued to turn over and over. Out of what position I adopt, I can't quite get comfortable. Though the air outside must be cold, the confines of this small room, it feels far too hot. Suffocating. Whole body is melting, spoiling, turning rancid, just like a slice of cake left out in the sun for too long. I shudder, but I can't give up on it right now. I haven't found Shiro yet. For Rai's sake, I need to find him.